This is Justin AMZN on Thursday, September 12th, 2019. We had a really nice bullish retest gap. Yesterday's candle was bullish and just continued to move up after hours and pre-market. Put in a really nice lower wick and just didn't come down quite as far as I was looking in terms of kind of a flash down for the options price. So I was saying to get into the 1850 call, getting in like at 2, and it only came down to 3. What's really nice though is it made the low right around 3, ran up, and then retested right back down to 3. And you can see that it actually put in very similar lows here. And if you missed this one, you could have been buying this one, looking for it to bounce. If you missed that low, there was other opportunities as it broke out of kind of a little consolidation here, ran up, pulled back into our price at 1841.30, ran up again. So there's a couple opportunities to go bullish, right here at $3, or you're waiting for it to get above 1841.30 and pull back and getting in like 5 by 4 and then holding on to that. And I mean, that doubled. If you got in at 5, it doubled up to 10 over the next 20 minutes or so. And some great opportunities just to take this thing bullish right out the gate, the first hour of the day. Similar to yesterday, first hour of the day had a nice move, and then we kind of grinded for another hour and then moved up a little bit. Well, today we kind of moved lower for the next 2 hours and then had another bit of a bounce, a little bit above 1841.30, and just kind of chopped around. I mean, this was the only really directional move of the day. The rest of the day was really sideways, so we started to pull back a little bit more right into the close. And so if you're looking at how to trade this today, it was just going bullish, either right at the open with this candle or waiting for a pullback. And this is really where you can set your risk really small, especially if you're buying right at that same level. It doesn't always happen that way, but you could have really had this set up at $3 to buy at 3. Going off of this candle, you could have been buying at 3, or even this low 282 would have filled on this candle or probably this candle. And pick your stop. If you've got if you're buying call at 282 and it gets filled over here on either of these candles, I mean your stop could be down at 182, could be down at 232. It doesn't have to just be I mean, you're buying the low in anticipation it's going to bounce. And so this is there's not many people buying down here right off that level, but you're getting in at a low or near a low. You're not waiting for confirmation. You're not waiting for it to show you it's going to go, because that's just eating away at potential profits. So just getting in and knowing your risk and knowing how the candles are forming, how things could move for the day. Once we got back up above 1850, there was some selling that came in. First you had this upper wick, and then an inside candle, and then a bearish engulfing candle for that one. But really this turns into a really nice evening star reversal, starts to break down, and then retest back up into that range, and then rolls over a little bit harder. Just there's a lot of bullish candles in here. So like we've looked at, bearish candles, there's a lot of bearish candles are moving lower, and then some bullish ones start to creep in, and we start to move up a little bit. You can kind of see it. Well, up here, there's a lot of bullish candles. There's a lot of people buying. Here's a big bearish candle. A lot of people buying. We're not really going up anymore. We're going sideways. A lot of wicks. Here comes some bearish candle. You almost anticipate it when you get familiar with how this thing moves. And what's interesting is this level right here, the high was 1848.53. We came right back up to that. 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, each time rejecting it. This big candle and then the retracement of it. You could have been shorting up here, could have been buying down here. And if we look at the puts, the initial move bullish made the puts go much cheaper and came into the 8 by 7 range. But then as the day went on, I mean, this was that retest. So we were a little bit above 8. And then the next time we got into that price was right here. We got below 8, got almost to 7, and then here get a little bit below 7. Then here we actually held a little bit. It's almost like there was a little bit more of a bearish edge to say, you know, don't give so much back, for the market makers not to give so much back when it's rallying up here, and there's more time that's been decaying, but for an hour to go by and to still hold this as the put low, where you made a really similar low here, it kind of gives you some anticipation of, well, this thing could roll over into the close, which means puts are going to rally, puts are going to move, positive. And so even as it came in here, you could have been waiting, just getting in at 8, stop down at 7, and just scalping an R up to 9. In this case, it would have actually moved up to 10, it seems, just the way it collapsed. But I mean, it's always a real challenge to hold into a close like that, not knowing if it's going to bounce or collapse. Like yesterday's, it rallied and then was indecisive. Each day can be a little different. This day it rallied, then we're indecisive. And then today we're rolling down a little bit more. So it's like in 3 days, 3 different things happened right in the last 5-minute candle. You should be getting your trades in on directional ones, or looking for clear levels to to buy against or to short against, that kind of thing. So we looked at some calls buying down in here. Same thing with the calls. Came back down to this level right around 450. Right in here and here. Let's see, this one, 450 here. And then I don't think we made it there. Yeah, this one was a little higher. This one right around 1115. Oops, that was this. And then we didn't get back down there again until the close. So again, could have been buying 5x4 here, 5x4 here, and it actually worked to go up to $6. So those are nice moves. And then into the close, we were coming back down, and would not have been a good place to be buying at 5x4, because it didn't work. Or if you bought it here, 5x4, or this one would have worked 5x4 here, but not up to 2R. And this one probably got stopped out, and hopefully got stopped out, so you're not holding that as a day trade into tomorrow. That's not a day trade anymore. So we had a really nice bullish retest gap. This totally looks like an S curve, and it's just a question of, can we just keep on going? We've now actually closed this gap, this price. Oh no, we haven't yet. Sorry. This is 1850 and 32 cents. The high today was 1853.66. So we still have a slight opening between that closing price and this high price. But still, these are some big bearish candles in here. We're going to need some bullish, some strong bullish movement to come up here. We've had kind of some volume that's been dropping. We do have a squeeze that's continuing to move in our favor, 5 bars in. So maybe give it another, 2 to 5 bars to continue. But some of that could be sideways. It doesn't, momentum to continue. We don't want to see blue momentum come in quite yet, because that should indicate that we've got a slowing down of momentum. But we could still be moving directionally. Just, the move we've had here, even going back over here where we were sideways to this, we've had a really nice bullish move. And what's interesting, we've had a lot of bearish candles in here, but some nice traction moving up, getting above the 5, then getting above the 21, and getting into our lines here. So really nice, somewhat indecisive candle at this level. We'll see if we can continue to work our way up and trap any more bears, in here and here, even the ones that we're selling today. See if we can continue on up. But this could turn into a bit of a pullback here, back into the 21. It's going to look like a double top, similar to this small one here. Be a little bit bigger here. It's all totally possible. We haven't had a really hugely strong close above this area. We did above these resistances, which was great with this candle, and we've still been really sideways for the last week. After this, so to me, it looks like there's still some consolidation going on here that we're just trying to get going, and it's just not time yet. The squeeze seems to indicate it is time, and it's ready to go. But we just got to trade the candles that we're seeing and watching the 5 minute for intraday, day trades, and hopefully be getting in and getting out at the right levels. The other thing about these levels here is pre-market. I mean, you had a really nice small hammer-ish sort of candle here that was bouncing off of yesterday's high, and so this was your kind of support zone, really within this range of this candle. And so buying right out the gate there, buying off of the retest there, great opportunities. And really it means kind of ignoring this 1841.30 price. And so, it's been a price we've had for a while. It's worked. It was working. Let's see, that was Thursday, Friday, Monday, right? Thursday, yeah. Thursday, Friday, Monday, it's worked. And then today was a little questionable. And so usually when you see that happen, there's a little bit more of a triangle forming up here. We had a triangle forming here. I'm going to get rid of this line now. We can always redraw it if we need it. But just some slowing down up here because we've had a really nice move. I mean, this was a really nice, some sort of double bottom, maybe some sort of bottoming here, pullback that retested, and then a really nice rally that continued right on from the open into the first hour of the day, got us up here. So that's what I got in today. We'll see tomorrow if we can do a little more sideways as we open up, and then see a breakout or a rollover. But if we do have some sort of bullish move right as we open up, look for that kind of level to be buying off of it, especially if we're to pull back into this price and be contending in here. Buying off of this level would be really nice to do. But it doesn't have to happen. It could open up a little bit higher, look like another bullish retest gap, and then just give a little bit of space to retest. So that's what could happen tomorrow, but we'll be back soon to see what actually does play out. Hope you enjoyed this video. This is Just AMZN. Thanks.